Avengers Disassembled. One of the most iconic Avengers stories ever told. And now we have X-Men Disassembled upon us. The final part to Uncanny's X-Men, X-Men number 10. And the impact on what this may have for the Marvel Universe. It's Topic Tuesday. Let's talk about it. What's up, Universe, and welcome back to the web's first must-see comic and nerd culture show. Welcome to Comic Universe, guys. I'm your host, as always, C-Dubs, but I'm not riding solo on this video. I got my boy Mikey. It's freezing in my house, so he's in his nice winter sweater, if you will. Well, he loves the thing. And, guys, we are here today to talk about the Uncanny X-Men number 10, the final installment to the X-Men Disassembled storyline is upon us. Came out last Wednesday. I'm sure most of you guys have already caught up. I was late to the party. I didn't pick up comics this week, so I wasn't aware of what actually happened. And then it got spoiled for me, and I was like, oh, shoot. I have to go and check this out. So I did, and it blew my mind, and we got to talk about it. So I've actually caught up on all 10 issues, if you will, of this particular run. And it is, I'm just going to kind of go through the artists and writers of this particular issue. But overall, the story has been written by 3 writers, Matthew Rosenberg, Kelly Thompson, and Ed Brism. And the artist was Perry Perez, colors Rachel Rosenberg, and letterers was Joe Carmageddon. And as we all know, X-Men were created by Stan the Man Lee and the King, Jack Kirby. And this story has been kind of hit or miss for me. I kind of did drop off of it, which is sacrilegious for me as a huge X-Men fan. By far, my favorite comics are X-Men comics. They are what brought me into the fold, if you will. They are what spoke to me the loudest. They are the cartoons that I loved as a kid. They got me collecting comic cards, comic books, toys, action figures, busts, you name it. They're the reason for it. So when I heard this story was upon us and what was going to be going on, I was like, okay, very interesting. I'm a humongous fan of Age of Apocalypse. And, you know, that universe is kind of lost its shine, and no one really, a lot of people nowadays don't even remember it or even know it existed. But we do have a gentleman by the name of Nate Gray, also known as X-Man, floating around 616. And just to kind of give you guys a little bit of backstory, there is going to be some spoilers here, guys. So if you haven't read them and you don't want to be spoiled, come back to us on this Topic Tuesday episode. And we could talk about it in the comments below. But if you guys don't care about being spoiled, or if you already know kind of the gist of everything that's going on, stick around. Because this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and I'd love to conversate with you guys in the comments below. And so basically, someone went around and kidnapped Kitty Pryde, kidnapped a senator that was basically your typical senators in an X-Men comic book, you know, mutant bashing, fearmonger type of ordeal, if you will. And someone was powerful enough to capture Apocalypse. Basically puts them all in a room and tries to have them hash it out. You know, we have one side who wants to destroy mutants. We have another side who believes mutants are the key essential and will take over. And then we have someone, Kitty Pryde in this case, is just trying to speak the peace, try to be the middleman, so we can all live together type of a thing. And obviously that doesn't work out. And shenanigans have happened over the next couple of issues, if you will. But what's really interesting here is that X-Man is essentially the bad guy here. He has put together his own horsemen, if you will, consisting of Magneto, the Blob, Storm, and Legion. And essentially, he is actually inside Legion, just basically helping control him and whatnot. And all the X-Men basically show up. Almost every X-Men you could think of shows up to the party to try to stop Nate Gray. And they do a relatively decent job off first. Unfortunately, there are some casualties. And I know some of my buddies out there from my old fan fiction days, if you will, Marvel 2K, if you will. A lot of their favorites was Cannonball, and unfortunately Cannonball is one of those people that do bite the big one. And This comic, again, the spreads and the colors and the arts are really good. It's just the writing is sometimes hit or miss for me, and that's really what dropped me out of it. Even though I know the story arc is going to lead to something big and impactful, and now that Marvel has or Disney has the rights back to its X-Men universe, and Marvel has the rights back into the cinemas, there's going to be a lot of love shown to the X-Men, and there's a lot of talks that they're going to be the center of the Marvel universe once again, and that'll be really interesting to see if that actually, plays out, if you will. There's even some talks of the next, phase of the MCU being strictly just mutant based, X-Men and all of that jazz. So we'll see. At least a major focal point will be just them and them kind of leaning off of the Avengers for a while. So only time will tell. But anyway, back to the comic. And within the fight, we see a lot of interesting things that happen. We see Storm essentially being taken out, or actually being brought back to the X-Men's side, if you will, by essentially being stabbed in the head by Psylocke with one of her Psy blades, bringing her back to, the side of good, if you will. And she then strikes Legion with the biggest lightning bolt she's basically ever conquered, or conjured, if you will. And she lets him know that she's been a goddess longer than he's been a god, and she knows exactly what to do. So she hits him, and at the same time, we see this beautiful spread, as you guys can see here, of all of the psychics involved in the fight, from the Cuckoos to Jean Grey, so forth and so on, basically ripping X-Man from Legion, if you will. And all of a sudden, Jean Grey is kind of missing, and we see that Jean Grey is kind of in this void, if you will, in the mindscape of Nate Gray, and she's just basically, they're talking, and he's like, "Mother, please stop. I know what I must do." And with a flick of his fingers, if you will, another snap, and the X-Men are no more. They're completely gone, wiped off the face of the earth. A lot worse than Mutants No More, if you will, because they looked like it kind of hurt. Big flashbang, and then there was nothing. And then we cut to the last couple of pages, and we see, in a big news spread at the Daily Bugle, Mutants No More. But the very last page, we see the actual newspaper being crumbled up into a ball and thrown in the trash. And if you zoom in here, guys, you see exactly who threw that in the garbage. And it's none other than Cyclops. That's right. Cyclops, if you're not aware, is back in the fold. He has been brought back to life. And we're talking that apparently Wolverine and Cyclops are going to be creating the new team, if you will. So it will be interesting to see these two friends, yet rivals, kind of brothers at arms, if you will, from at time to time, kind of put their differences aside and see what they kind of come up with. Age of X-Man is supposed to be an event of some sort, to some capacity, that's going to be moving forward. What that actually all plan out to be, who knows? And it also seemed that Nate Gray, or Nathan, X-Man, actually died after doing that. So it was like he used everything in his ability to make this event happen. So is it an alternate reality again? Who knows? Is it going to be status quo? Maybe some of it. We all know that, with these things, they never really fully changed the universe. It would be kind of nice to kind of see it actually happen. But now let's just kind of talk about where we are. We're in a series, apparently the only two X-Men that might still be alive again is Wolverine and Cyclops. Something inside of me I don't think that this is exactly the way that Nathan wanted it to go. I can't foresee that he wanted the mutants to be no more, and he's, we've already kind of been down this route to a certain extent, with Wanda, a Scarlet Witch, with mutants no more. So I hope this just isn't like a retread of the same thing. It'll be really, or, also on the flip side, that the M event where we get to see kind of Magneto as the ruler and all that. I hope this is something a little more either closer to Age of Apocalypse or something entirely brand new, to be honest with you. It's going to be interesting to see what actually sticks and becomes a part of the MCU moving forward. They're again, from Age of Apocalypse, we have X-Men, we have Dark Beast. We have had some things and people and creatures and monsters and characters that have kind of become a part of the fold and have still have managed to leave some sort of an impact on the 616 universe. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes from here. With the X-Men no more, clearly it's not going to last very long, especially with the rights back. And once we start seeing mutants showing up in movies, it's going to be 100% sure that the X-Men and your favorite mutants, the band of merry mutants, if you will be back upon us. It's just no way in hell that this is going to be something that lasts. Will Cannonball come back? Hopefully, he's someone who's slowly but surely been earning his stripes, if you will. He's kind of low key, a lot of people's, favorite non-major X-Men member, if you will. Not a part of the first or second class, but that came along afterwards. And, he's a lot of people's closet favorite X-Men. And it's sad to see that he was one of the first to go and one of the most brutalized, if you will. This was a very interesting read. Go check it out if you haven't. Support your local comic book stores. And if not, guys, definitely digital. That's a good way to go. If you can't make your way to a comic book store, if you don't have the resources to get to a comic book store, still just supporting the cause, because it is a medium that unfortunately every year we have casualties. So, this is a way to help support. It just doesn't sit well with me that they're gone, because they're my favorite. But I gotta say, they have hooked me, and I am interested to see what happens next. As far as this story arc Disassembled, for the payoff and for the last issue, there were some things here and there within inside of the entire arc that were worth it. Okay. Overall, though, I would say that this might be a borrow, or, maybe just, check it out when you can. It's not something I think that's necessarily major for what's going on next. We just know that all the X-Men are dead except essentially for 2. So it's just going to be really interesting to see what happens next, guys. So, guys, in the comments below, let me know what you guys thought of this issue. Have you read it? Do you think this is going to be something that changes status quo? Do you think there'll just be bits and pieces that will kind of manifest into the 616 like Age of Apocalypse did? Or do you guys essentially think that this is this crap, stupid, a cheap cash grab? Do you think this will have its place in history like Avengers Disassembled did? Or, again, just if you loved it, if you hate it, let me know in the comments below. Also, guys, don't forget to hit that like button like you mean it. Let us know if we're doing a good job. If you did not like this video or any of our videos and you give us a thumb down, just simply in the comments below, let us know what we can do to make it better for you guys, because that's essentially the purpose of this channel, is to get better at what we're doing. This way we can have a community where we can all geek out and nerd out together, guys. If this is the first time you're checking out one of our videos, we do all kinds of videos here, from countdowns and top 10s. We do reviews. We do topics here, like today on Topic Tuesday. Hashtag Topic Tuesday if you do share this, guys. Hashtag Comic YOUniverse as well. Yeah, it definitely helps us. Guys, I don't want to make it sound like we're begging, pleading, and just, doing your local, please help support us, guys. But we genuinely really do want to create a platform where we can all just hang out together, chit-chat, talk, and the only way to do that is obviously to make this a reality and make this a business, at least on the end of me and my guys, DPZ and Dr. J, and, bring more and more people into the fold. That's at least my vision and my plan. And the only way we can do that, guys, is by the support. And you guys have been doing a fantastic job at doing that. We literally just need about 190 more subscribers. And believe it or not, we are almost there in our view rates to be monetized. And that's the first step of legitimacy, if you will, that this is something that I can invest and sink real money into to grow the company. So, guys, if you really do like what we're doing here, if you ever want to maybe someday join the team, the only way, again, to do that now and to help support now is to basically share, like, any of your friends that you know, any social platform that you guys talk or chit-chat nerd stuff with other nerds. Let them know about us, show them one of our videos that you guys like, and hopefully that'll bring them over into the fold. We do plan, if we do make that monetization within our year time span, there'll be a giveaway. I guarantee that. We did have a giveaway that kind of did go bust, if you will, and that was our Smash Brothers giveaway. Unfortunately, I was dealing with a lot of things in life, death in the family, so I couldn't get the videos out that was needed to kind of support that, and we didn't really have anybody seemingly interested, and that's fair enough. So, unfortunately, if it was something you were interested in, just know that, unfortunately, we did have to scrap that because, again, on our end, it seemed like nobody even cared. And again, on my end, I was just too overwhelmed with the death in the family and the wife getting sick and things like that. And when I say sick, it's not, we're not talking cold, but so it just was a lot of stuff, and of course the holidays on top of it all. So it was just kind of a rough time. So again, I do apologize from everybody up here, but I promise to do my 100% best to never let that happen again, guys. We are proud of everything that we put out. Is it perfect? No, but is it work in progress? Yes. I think this video is way better than our very first video. So, guys, until next time, guys, again, thank you for everything. My name is C-Dubs, and I'll see you in a YOUniverse. Peace.